take a big old bite, and it's really incredible. Volibear has actually been seeing a little bit of play in the LPL, China's professional region, as a support, and that's kind of weird. But we talked about draft for quite a long time, the team and I, and we wanted this actual setup here where, as long as Boosted can be in the right place with the right allies, the healing, the shields, and the speed ups from the two support style champions should be able to get him in and start those engages.
Yeah, I was about to say I really like Yuumi with Volibear, because she can speed him up even faster, and even if you try to, peel him off, Yuumi can ult, which allows him to get onto you still, which I think is a really good combination. I think people might pick up on it in the pro scene, maybe. Possibly. They're a little more hesitant to do things like that, but I think just the speed, and especially with Karma, Volibear is just gonna run through everything.
Exactly, and then throwing down his E to get the slight knockback and the fear on the minions should be a nice way to set that up. Another thing to bring up here, a nice ward up in the Pixel Brush to spot out Scuttle Crab take, and then immediately rushing that sweeper. Jungles with a sweeper, very, very strong.
Yeah, one thing that's nice too is he also has an anti-mobility that it's a little harder to use for certain things, but if he's on top of Corki and he goes to Valkyrie out, if he hits that roar, it's gonna stop him.
Yeah,
there's a pop-up
good disrupt. Yeah, exactly. And so when we were doing actual draft, I was in with the team and we were discussing picks and bans and things. We were able to watch a couple of things, and the Poppy lock-in doesn't actually hurt anything in this team, especially considering
mobility.
Exactly.
Mobility is a sense of not just a speed up as far as movement speed. There's no dashes, there's no...
Other than Yuumi, of course, but that's
but
the
most
only
likely
one.
She's not going to be diving in or out. She might be, but I don't think that's really going to disrupt her too much unless she gets caught out.
Here we go. The spell shield is up, but it was waited out. That means Greedo has to flash. Nice gank attempt here from Mcdoodles. Exactly.
That's actually really good for the bot lane. That takes a lot of the skill pressure away.
So now Cammy is going to go in up here. He's going to throw down the W, pick up the stun onto Woojin. Decent trade, especially with the stun not landing on the initial engage from Poppy. Kennen actually a really good pick into the Poppy, if I do say so.
Yeah, definitely, because the stun, Poppy wants to jump in on you, and Kennen loves you to be close to him. He just gets the stun off a lot easier, so I like it too. It's not like a hard counter, but it is a tougher lane for Poppy than other other matchups that you would normally see in the top lane.
A decent free buff there coming out of Boosted up on the top side. Gonna actually go for the scuttle here. Might be a fight all the way up on that side. No, it looks like they're not going to, but that 3-buff, because they had vision of Cobalt on the bottom side, and they were able to just throw Boosted all the way up there, get himself that extra buff. So now, as the game kind of pauses for a second, not in an actual pause, but the action is going to drop down. You can see some vision pings there. Mono going to go in with a nice empowered Q. Just having the pressure, the lane pressure there. Scuttle Crab on the bottom side, putting priority on the side of the map that Rated R needs to focus on.
It's really even still too. There hasn't been, there's been a little close calls, but nothing that would really scare you as far as kills. Getting down to half health and getting Ignite and a flash, and you only burnt one is a pretty good trade in the bot lane, especially from Leona.
Yeah.
And had, Leona actually waited out.
Here we go. Cammy has to get out. He hasn't flashed yet. He's saving it, and he outplays the 2v1 in the top side. Very calm and collected.
If he would have got a stun on Trundle, that would have been the first blood. That next turret shot would have killed him. Turrets are really strong this early when no one has armor or the health stacked up yet.
Exactly. It was super, super close, and good on, unfortunately to say, on Woojin and Cobalt for setting up such a play, but even better on Cammy. No flash used, no anything burned. He's just able to go right up to it, and look at the minion wave. He doesn't have to teleport, it's already pushed, so he doesn't lose anything from that gank.
We get a teleport mid from Karma.
Yeah, but Mcdoodles also, or sorry, I am told it's pronounced McDoodles, had to teleport as well.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's going to keep her from falling behind teleporting back, because Corki had already teleported back to the lane as well. So.
Yes.
I mean, he's a little bit behind on CS, but it's not going to be like losing a whole secondary wave.
Here we go. Boosted is there for the counter gank. What will happen here? Boosted is going to jump away, but that pillar is really strong. He's going to run around it, and a nice disengage there. But the stun up on the top side. Cammy taking a lot of damage. Will he be able to get the stun? He doesn't need to, as Woojin ceases his own offensive. Hitting level 6, but actually trading even.
Oh, yeah, that was the trade was much better at Poppy early. Had Poppy just backed out, she would have won that trade pretty hard by about 150 to 200 health.
So then, here's my real question here. The engage from Leona is actually very telegraphed with that Zenith Blade. I want to see will the spell shield stop the dash, or is that just next level knowledge?
It only stops how it roots you while she's coming to you. Like, if you saw Rito didn't pop his shield, I should say Rito didn't pop the shield on the Zenith Blade, but then tried to pop it when she was going to go for the stun, but she waited out the shield and got the stun afterward, which is a really good play by Leona to not just try to get that stun right afterwards and hold it. And I think it was also good by Rito to try and actually time for the actual stun instead of trying to stop the root, because she's going to come to you no matter what.
Right, and see, that was what I didn't know, but we're going to have another fight here as Boosted is in the bottom side. Mono might be in some trouble. He's going to get the root there as another fight comes up top. Cammy going to get the stun. He's going to go in. He gets the armor and magic resistance from his ultimate since the last change. Flash from Woojin as he tries to get out. The fight on the bottom side amounted to nothing either, and we are still at 0-0, Proden.
These trades in the top are so close. Look at him, even health after all of that. Both ults popped, full comboed.
Very impressive stuff. But now this is where your attention needs to be, and Cammy knows that. He is staying underneath this turret. He has no vision up there and does not want to get caught.
Yeah, the only thing coming from making the goal difference right now in the game is just the farm for mid and bottom, and then Leona getting the extra gold with her Targon. I'm not sure how much the difference is between Yumi's and support and hers, but just those.
We can actually.
Oh, actually, top got behind a bit right there too. So it got a little bit bigger because of that after the trade.
So because of Kleptomancy, actually, top lane is only about 100 behind. I have that pulled up here on the stream for our viewers at home. Okay. But like you said, mid lane it's about a 300 difference in favor of Mcdoodles, and on the bottom side it's about 500 in total for the bottom lane of Old Mcdoodles as a team.
And Kennen can make up.
Ooh, nice package coming in. Rito has the flash, and Mcdoodles uses the package for just the flash, losing out on the priority there in the middle lane. But does that set them up for the Drake?
I don't think it does. They don't really have priority. Rated R actually has.
Here we go, the actual fight. Rito is bronze 5, goes down. And now the jump in there from the Yuumi. Darkstar Show wanted to go forward. Boosted this in flashes. He has the slow from the red buff. All he needs to do is hit that W for the fight. Boosted actually going to change direction. Will of D going to get rooted. Going to get killed. Boosted going in here. He has Karma. He has the passive. He has Yuumi. And that will be a kill for the Keaton Factor. Flash out for Mono. He has to run away. Gets the slow from the Q. And Mcdoodles is on the chase. Looks like a 2-for-1 in the bottom side, the first real fight of this game.
Yeah, I understand him wanting to turret dive right there and get that with his passive ticking, but he doesn't have any armor yet, and the turret just is gonna melt you if you have to tank that much.
Honestly, I think it was a decent call because they all went for it. We saw Karma down there. Cho jumped on top of him.
Oh yeah, I mean, I totally understand it. I might have went for it too, thinking, okay, you know, my passive's ticking. I'm gonna get a Karma shield. But I think the turret right now just did too much damage. Had he hit some armor,
this is danger here. Cobalt and Will of D find Rito. He has no flash. Yumi is gonna throw out the final chapter, get the root. Ult off for Rito. Flash blown. And as Will of D keeps going, taking a turret shot himself as well as Cobalt. Wow. They make it out, but it was a nice attempt.
I don't know about those flashes. I don't know about the flash from Leona or Trundle there. I think those could have been saved for a regain.
I agree, but it was completely unnecessary. But it does achieve focus here on that Infernal Drake, and that would be picked up by old Mcdoodles at this 11-minute mark.
Yeah, if you're gonna get the Drake from the flashes, it's definitely worth.
Especially the Infernal, like all that damage that they have, especially with 3 tanks in their lineup, Poppy, Trundle, and Leona. That'll help a lot. Ooh, Mcdoodles caught here. Just gonna Valkyrie away.
I like the answer from Boosted Lee Sin though, going for the Rico.
Yes, I agree.
That's some stuff we didn't see last week, which I like seeing, that if we give up one thing, we're taking something else.
Mm-hmm. And Rift Herald has actually been in Rated R's favor. Most games that they've played, they're able to really prioritize that up on the top side of the map, as most teams tend to focus on the bottom.
Yeah, see, you know, people say, you know, top is useless, you know, you can't carry from there, but I really don't think that's the case. I think that most times you see people focus bottom lanes, and that's why you get the idea of, I'll tell you, if you have a Darius come out of top lane with 6 kills, your ADC is going to do anything with him unless he's got kills too. You pretty much just melt.
And so now we can, you know what, let's go ahead and take a look back at that gold, because this is about 1,000 gold ahead, the Keaton Factor, 2-0-0 with that 200 gold bounty. He was actually instrumental in the early game against their opponent on the rest of the PRL. I won't give any spoilers as to what happened, but the early game from old Mcdoodles, the Keaton Factor doing very, very well, cementing himself a lead in the early part of the game. And so now they have to be careful here. But there's the first stun. Cammy gonna be running away here. I think you turn and fight at this point.
Kennan's winning those trades now. Like, look at that. You know, Poppy goes all in, hits him, and Kenan, like, just wins the trade easily while running away.
So, Vision here on the bottom side. They are watching him leave. Boosted is no longer in the bottom side, and the counter gank from Cobalt is ready. Rito is slowed. Gonna stop it there with nothing because Leona times everything perfectly. Final chapter is going to stop a little bit, but he will still go down. 2 free kills on the bottom side. Both going to the Keaton Factor.
I'm pretty impressed with this Leona play. Like, she doesn't just blow all her abilities right away. Like, she's timing them and waiting for the shield or the right moment, not just hitting everything all at once.
But a fight here, Mono is going to land that root, get 1 and almost the second half of the exploding Q. 1 more auto attack and a solo kill for Mono in the middle lane against Mcdoodles.
Gets 400 gold for that. Not just 300. So, what's the gold on them two now? That should put them. It should put her ahead by just quite a little bit, right?
By about 200 gold, they are ahead there. Nice. And speaking of, going in the mid lane is going to be the Rift Herald charge, which might get this other turret. They weren't able to get many plates from it, but they will be able to take down this turret, kind of answer for that first turret taken on the bottom side. The Keaton Factor able to burst that down with Cobalt's help. And now Rated R closing the gap.
Hopefully we can get 1 hit on that mid turret. Okay, good, it does. So that'll take a big chunk out of it, make it easier next time for them to go in when it's about half health.
There it is. And so now bottom here has been the focus, trying to get the Keaton Factor ahead. But let's talk late game, Proden. Between Lucian and Sivir, which would you rather have on your team if this game goes past 24 minutes?
Sivir.
I agree.
Especially where they have 3 tanks, And as long as Sivir doesn't get jumped on and burst out, she's just going to ricochet through all of them and do a ton of damage. Where Lucian is going to have a hard time maneuvering into the fights. He has to be skirting around and constantly moving. Where Sivir is just going to hit whoever's closest and do damage to everybody.
All right, here we go. This is where the next set of fights are going to happen. Up on the top side, you can see everyone pinging vision, trying to let their team know. Mcdoodles is ready. They have 5 members up on the top. 4 members, sorry. I just saw Poppy on the bottom side. But 4 members ready to rush down yet another turret. And look at their vision they have spread out through the top side of this map here. Mono in a 1v2 has to flash away because the Keaton factor actually is going to be caught. He's going to flash over, and the teleport has already come in from Cammy. Will it be going to be the next target? Will he make it over to the wall? He has the flash, but now they're going to change targets, go on to Cobalt, and they're going to get that kill. Ultimate whip from Wujin. Flash forward from Cammy. He gets the kill. Will he get another one? Mcdoodles is super, super low. Ultimate now hit by Wujin. I miscalled that. It was just a hammer smash. He's going to go in. He's going to get thrown back. He's going to get hit. He's going to flash. He's rooted, and he is killed. That's Darkstar Cho picks that one up, and Rated R Esports come out swinging.
I love the trigger pull there. Like, we haven't seen that at all from Rated R. Like, they pulled the trigger and everybody went along with the shot. That was a great amount of coordination that we haven't seen from the team in these first few weeks, and I love seeing that. There was a call made, and you can tell everybody just went with it. There was no hesitation whatsoever.
Zenith Blade trying to take the steal, but that is Infernal Drake over to Rated R Esports. Like you said, that communication, that just all-out go, following the call, gives them so many kills, and it brings them even closer. Now just about 800 gold behind these guys. And look at Kennen, 3-0 for Cammy.
Building
He's
armor.
playing it great.
It's going to make it a lot harder for Poppy to deal with Kennen. Now he's building that Zanya's as well.
So, look. Speaking of Poppy, look at that build there. It looks like it's going to be a Spirit Visage and a Sheen built there. Just kind of that garage sale that Captain Flowers talks about when you're playing Vladimir, where you just want cooldown reduction on the Vladimir and you just get a couple random items. But Rito and Darkstar might be in some trouble here. Rito is going to get hit with the pillar, but look at this. Rito and Cho actually make it out. Mono is on the way. Stun does not land onto Cammy. They're going underneath the turret. Cobalt taking a lot of damage. The Keaton factor going to be dodging under, but look at the damage from Mono. Do they have it? The Boomerang Blade. Rito gets the kill, and then Mono picks up the next one. Will D trying to kite around in the brush, wants to go in for that turret. He will not take it as the double kill goes over to Rito. He's bronze 5, and Rated R once again win a skirmish.
I love the proactive roam by Mono. Like I said, all this stuff we're seeing is not stuff I'm used to. Like, you can tell they've been putting in practice during the week since their last games, and the coordination's coming in better. Like, we didn't see Mono making those type of roams last week, and evidently, everybody understands what they need to be doing today, and it's really awesome to see him come back up the top because, they knew there were people up there, so they bring the reinforcements to Karma. Karma's way ahead, and she gives those shields and can help them run down with Sivir, and they just can't get away.
Speaking of ahead, let's take a look at those numbers once again. 1,500 gold ahead is Cammy. Actually, 6,000 gold boosted ahead of Cobalt. Mid lane 400 there for
their
Mono.
first lead of the game as well.
It's looking very, very good for our boys in red. Everything going pretty smooth here. Able to keep themselves stable, keep themselves in the game. What I would like to see, though, look at their vision. They have the single control ward in the bottom and a few up in top, maybe a little bit more spread out.
Yeah, well, they were assaulting at the top at that time, so the vision was great for getting that turret, but now they've got to move to where they want their next objective. They need to get Baron warded up, and I would say a couple wards down bottom so Kennen can safely push that forward, but you can see right now he does have a ward behind him.
He is actually in a lot of trouble. He's going to go into the ultimate. He doesn't have the Zanya's yet, but deals a lot of damage. Is not going to be able to kill Mcdoodles, and the shutdown does go over to the Corki.
That was so close. I was hoping he could just get the trade kill. That would have been really good, but unfortunately, Corki gets the shutdown gold.
So with the pickup of the Zhonya's, might be able to do that 1v2 next time. And that's what you want to see. The 1v2 capability of a champion like Kennen. We talked about it. He's so strong. He is so good in this composition because especially with the Sivir and the help of the... Oh, but here's another fight coming in. Mcdoodles going to jump in. Final chapter going down, getting some nice roots. Rito's bronze fight has to flash away, but Mcdoodles gets the kill on to boost it. So a lost trade there. And Mcdoodles are going to pull ahead by about 700 gold here now that we're hitting 20 minutes. Mono in a little bit of trouble. They're going to get hit by the pillar, but nothing too serious. They do lose that outer turret.
And it really opens up the map for them now. They're going to be able to get up and keep wards a lot easier.
The damage from Mono is actually incredible there. Just that one empowered soul flare taking out half of the Keaton Factor's hit
all the
points.
healing he gets when he tethers them, I mean, you think you did damage to him, he shields and heals, and it's one thing about Karma. She gets all that healing and shielding when she's mid, and you think you're out training her, and then all of a sudden you realize, you know, her health has gone up while yours has gone down, and you're in a bad spot. So
we see posturing around the Cloud Drake. This is going to be great for the rated R composition because, again, talking about Sivers on the hunt and the Courage Shield from Mono on the Karma, these are things that speed up your engage from Cammy and boosted on the Kennen and the Volibear respectively. And so this should be a huge fight. Most teams would just let this go. Mcdoodles, for some reason, really wants it and wants to make sure that it doesn't go into Rated R's hands, and it's something that Rated R truly wants because it will help their composition. They're going to back off of it for now because they don't want the full-on team fight. There is no package from Corki, though. Will of D going to throw out the ultimate, and that is huge. Mono is taken instantly. Leona, Will of D doing so much. The final chapter going to stop Cobalt. Further engaged from Mcdoodles going into the jungle there. But what will we see here? Ultimates have been expended. Cammy has his. Rito doesn't have his. Woojin goes in, tries to get Lee Sin out of there. Cammy goes in, he flashes. He's trying to get a couple of kills there. Goes into the Zhonya's form. That's a one trade, but it is not worth it as the double kill goes for the Keaton Factor, and Rito has to run away and gets killed by Cobalt. Triple kill, amounting to an ace.
Yeah, once they lose a member, they pretty much have to back out on that. I think trying to go back in, you know, high risk, high reward, but I believe the risk is way higher, as we saw.
Agreed. And so, you know, trying to fight for the Drake, it was a good plan, but again, once one of your high damage dealers is gone, Doodles has to flash. Mono taking a little bit of damage there underneath the turret. He's going to make it out, and he saves further damage here on this bottom turret. But now mid lane, Woojin and the Keaton Factor doing a lot. Woojin going to get sped up. He's going to get the slow, the knockback. Woojin has the flash, but the slow from the pounding projectile. Boosted going to continue to deal the damage, but Woojin is actually quite fast. Boosted going to toss him right back. Ooh, a nice knockback into the Leona ultimate. Woojin is going to end up going down.
And Leona burnt her ultimate on that. I don't really think that was worth. There was no way Poppy was getting out of that with the slows from Yuumi and the rundown that Volibear can do.
Ultimates are back up for Rated R Esports. They're looking here for the Baron. Mono gonna heal up with this honey fruit. Do they actually start it? I don't think you do.
I don't think they do. I mean, Lucian's got 8 kills. He's the strongest, you know, champion in the game right now. You can't really, you know, and this is where he's the most powerful right now. Sivir isn't quite to where she needs to be, so I don't really think you win these fights.
No, I would agree with you. 1 item to 3. Look at the Keaton Factor here. 3 full items at 24 minutes. Yeah. Granted, they put Rito behind very early, but this is just incredible.
Sivir needs to farm up or get some of these shutdowns. She's got a 2-item spike right now, which is really, really good for her. But Lucian still has a full item on her. He went for that Infinity Edge 3rd, so his crits are going to be hitting pretty hard. She really needs her Infinity Edge at this point to be able to kill through Trundle.
Mm-hmm.
And Poppy has no armor, so she's actually fairly squishy to attack damage right now.
Looks like she has some in those tabbies and the glacial shroud, but you're right. It's
That's
not
only 20
a lot.
armor at this point, though.
Yeah.
25 minutes in, 20 armor isn't really that big of a deal.
No, definitely not. But so now we're getting to the point here. 25 minutes. We talked about which would you rather have on your team at 24 minutes. You know, the Sivir or the Lucian. Lucian is at the point, like you said, his strongest. But the further the game goes, the worse off Mcdoodles are with him as a champion.
And it's not like he stops doing damage delay. It's that he's short range, and it's a lot harder for him to get the damage on the squishier targets, and without being engaged on. But he has to skirt the fight a lot more because of the short range.
Here we go with that engaged. Heat Factor gets flashed on, and he is going to be taken down. That shutdown going over to Mono. Teleport on the backside. They are strong, and they are ready. Nice ult from Cammy. In comes the Poppy. He's going to knock a couple away, but a 2-for-0 is massive for Rated R Esports.
I think they go for Baron right now.
You have to at this point. Cammy is getting healed up by the Yuumi. They have full hit points Rito, full hit points boosted, and they are gonna go for it. The engage cannot come.
They have no ultimates.
Anything. Exactly. They were able to just win that fight, win the objective. But look at the call here. They're gonna rush the inhibitor. They need to take it faster, Rated R.
That's a really smart play. You realize you cannot go in on the Baron. You might as well go get the inhibitor. Just get something out of it to help alleviate a little pressure. Now, if they overstay, that'll be not very smart. They need to leave right now. Okay, ooh.
Oh, is it going to be the flank? Mono and Cammy are on the back side. Again, they know that there are no ultimates for these guys from Old Mcdoodles. I don't think you chase there into the jungle. They have no vision, so they stop. And that is very smart, as we see the nice bushwhack setup there from Old Mcdoodles. And now, here is the point in the game that everything goes funky. If you'll notice in your solo queue games, a lot of teams will not push lanes with the Baron buff. They'll go for the Drakes, they'll go for fights, they'll wander around the jungle. But Rated R needs to use this to get some of that gold back. They're only about 1,000 behind right now, and they can get it back.
They need to send Kennen to the side lane, because Poppy can't deal with Kennen. Kennen's too far ahead on her. He's doing too much damage for her to kill him, and he can poke her a lot easier than she can. She has to all in him, and if she's not forcing him out of lane after the all in, she's not really winning.
This is the use of the Baron we were talking about. They had their patience. Maybe you think, oh, but they didn't do anything for the first 40 seconds of the buff. Well, guess what? They just got the turret, and look at this. The double cannons just chunking this sucker down, already at a quarter hit points, and they did that for 3. There was nothing that Mcdoodles could do at that point to stop that push.
And they don't even need to engage. All they have to do is disengage and let the minions do the work. Like, look what those minions did to the tower. It took it almost down to half.
Ultimate gonna come out there, knocking away quite a few, actually. Mcdoodles unable to get a full engage.
Trundle used his
going
ult.
in.
Trundle already used his ult. That's gonna mean Volibear is gonna be just as tanky as he normally would be without Trundle having that ult up. That's actually a big ult to use right now when you didn't even get an engagement.
Flash is blown from the last fight by Boosted, so they aren't going to get anything crazy here. Instead, like you said, they are going to just sit here and disengage on that giant cannon. Already half the hit points of this middle turret. The knockback, Wujin, final chapter coming out, no root, but Rated R are winning this siege. They're just trading wave after wave.
I really wish, I would like to see Kennen in the top wave right now.
I agree with you, but at the same time, think about what would happen if that ultimate of the Slicing Maelstrom was not there. They got a nice chunk under the Heat Factor, and without Slicing Maelstrom, there's too much opportunity to go in and actually fight.
Yeah, it would get Poppy out of the fight, and I think they'd do a lot better with Poppy not there to be able to assault this.
So actually, with you bringing that up, let's take a look here at these side lanes. This is going to be pushing in favor of Mcdoodles up into the base. And then here on the other side, it's once again going to be... Actually, this is a rated R push on the top side as the fight goes in. And that's the slicing mail from we were talking there. Keaton Factor is already dead. Cobalt going to be the next one to go down. Rito has to get out. He's taking turret shots, gets a nice heal from Mono, but the double kill for Mono means it's a 2-for-3 trade so far, and the Baron buff going down. Mcdoodles is going to get rooted, and he is going to go down. Rito is bronze 5. That is
they should end right now.
Here. 30 to 20 seconds here for enemies. Do they have it? They have the first minion wave. I think you back out, dude.
Lucian's gonna be up. I think
10 seconds.
I think you back out. You get the tower and leave. Or actually,
I don't think you
just
even
leave
get the
now.
tower. You don't risk it. 4 seconds there, but rated R making the engage, the play there. I'm so glad that the spectator client just ripped us away from that side lane as I was trying to talk about sideways, but we got to see it, and rated R come out very ahead from that Baron push.
I was thinking they could win, but I kind of spaced off that the super minion was there. If they didn't have that super minion there, they could have probably went and finished it, but the super minion slows them down way too much at this point in time with Sivert only on 2.5 items.
And now there it is, that's the third.
Now this
exactly
is where it gets really, really dangerous for them. Sivert, 3 items, Infinity Edge. She's getting some life still. If you cannot get into that back line, you are not going to win these fights. Like, you're going to have to get a Leonal or a Poppy's going to have to knock Rated R's front line out of the way, and then they're going to have to engage. You're going to have to get that big tanky Volibear out of the way. But even if you do, you still have Karma slowing, you have Yumiel, you have Kennen. It's going to be extremely hard for them to get in on this team unless they can separate them or get a flank.
And that's what the draft was meant to do, right? You have the early fighting of the Kennen, the shields from Karma, and then the ultimate scaling of Sivert, who's one of the strongest bot laners in the game right now. But Rated R has to be careful. We see those pings going down onto the inhibitor. They want to even that back out. Backs are coming. They'll have the home guard buff that has happened since season, I don't know, 6 or so. So they're going to lose the inhibitor. But Boosted is going in. Final chapter gets a root, but he is knocked out. Mcdoodles gonna take half his hit points. Jumping in goes Cammy. He gets the kill onto Mcdoodles. Keaton Factor trying his best, but that was a 1-for-0 trade, or I guess a 1 for the inhibitor. With Mcdoodles dead though, that's gonna be Baron.
Yeah, they just lost a big chunk of their damage. They only have 2 damage dealers on this team, where Rated R has 3. So this definitely puts Rated R at a huge advantage right now.
Especially because there were no ults used that last fight. I lied. That's actually what got the fight. Cammy might be in some trouble here. He has the Zhonya's available. He wants to go in. He's gonna have to use it now. He doesn't get a chance, but in Factor, he is in the front line of this team. Boosted is dealing so much damage to him. They're on the chase. Will of D will die next, but that passive from Boosted means that he's going to live for just a little bit longer, but Yuumi final chapter isn't enough. Rito getting the slow from that red buff, going after Cobalt, but the teleport is coming in. He needs to get out. The Keaton Factor actually makes it out alive for now. He is backing, and that was close.
I think there might have been a little miscommunication on that Baron defense. Cammy went in all by himself on that fight and got kind of picked off.
Yeah, I think if you're
a little bit late.
If you're at that point, you just proto belt ult with the Zhonyas to keep them away at that.
Yeah, I mean, they have to engage on you at that point. There's no reason to chase them, I would say.
Speaking of chases, they are going to have to leave this Mountain Drake. It's something they want. Mono going to try and poke them out a little bit. Rito has to pop the ultimate, uses the blast cone, and this is the Drake definitely over to Mcdoodles because Woojin from the back side, teleport used, they were able to see and run away.
This game is so close. We're 1,000 goal difference, which really isn't that big of a deal in this point in the game.
No, it really isn't because we're at 35 minutes. We're getting to the point, and you know, looking at items here, 3 to 4 completed at this point. Nice stun, but it doesn't amount to anything. And Cobalt's in the wrong spot. He's completely separated from his team. Get the slow from the prowling projectile, and then it's going to be the root from Karma and the damage. Bold are going to be jumping in. He's got the ignite down onto Cobalt. Do they have the damage? Cammy coming in to help out, and Darkstar does pick that one up. This means Baron is definitely going to go to Rated R Esports.
And you can't throw Leona's ult out like that. Like there's nobody close enough to engage. I mean, you hit it, but who can get in it? Trundle can't pillar. You know, Poppy's not there to slam somebody in a wall or knock them away.
Speaking of them, this is the engage. Rito dealing so
Sivir
much damage. Going in, Willem D, is he going to get stunned? He has to flash. He does get stunned. Cammy is there. Can he jump in? He's got the ultimate going. He gets stunned back by Wujin. He has the damage though and is not going to be able to get the stun. Rito gets the kill onto the Keaton Factor. Wujin has to flash the wall. Going to take some damage from those Raptors. But Cobalt is coming up soon. The Keaton Factor down for 45 seconds. Will this be the inhibitor or the game?
You know, I think they can get the inhibitor. I don't know if I've risked. Unless they can pick somebody off. I mean, Corki still does a lot of damage. He's sitting on 3 items. I think you just get the inhibitor definitely and back out, like what they're doing.
Cammy is going to get spotted out, as is Rito. Is he baiting? He is, as Lee Sin is right there, but they are all alone, the two of them. Rito has ignited the flash from Cobalt. He's going to get slowed, but a nice throwback. Boosted is able to kite that out. His passive is popped, and he's got the Warmogs. If he can survive just a little bit longer, he cannot, as Mcdoodles picks up a kill, and I think you stayed just a little too long there, boys. But with the jungler down now, this is Mcdoodles' chance to take the Baron themselves.
Yeah, they didn't have any wards there, so I understand they're trying to get the pick, but if you can't see where everyone's at, you don't know how quickly you're going to be engaged on.
Cammy is here, Mono teleporting in. This is the ultimate. It's going to get rid of Cammy, but Wujin is stuck here. Mono going to get hit. Willem D going to go down. The Baron has been secured. Keaton Factor throwing down the calling. Prowling projectile going to go slow onto Mcdoodles, who will almost take out Cammy. But here we go. Cammy doesn't have flash, but he has the ultimate and he's got the Zonius. They're going to get Wujin. They're going to get the Keaton Factor. And Rated R make the Baron loss worth it with nearly an ace.
Unfortunately, they don't have the mid lane push, so they can't run to finish the game. If the lane was pushed, they could finish right now. There still is a chance. The death timers are long. They might be able to finish. That wasn't a super minion.
Yeah, that wasn't a super minion. The inhibitor had just respawned, and now they are 5 members strong all the way into the base. Mono gonna give himself a huge shield with the assistance of Darkstar Cho. But in they go. Mono flashes. Will of D throws out the ultimate, but will they be able to defend? Final chapter going in, get the root onto Will of D. In goes Cobalt trying to get the help he can give for his team. And the Nexus is going low, the Nexus is going down, and Rated R Esports take the game against old Mcdoodles.
Beautiful, beautiful. Good play. I like how as soon as that tower was down, Rito just focused the base. He didn't even care that he was being attacked by the enemy jungler. He just focused it and made sure to get that win before Lucian and the rest could respawn.
What a game for the boys from Rated R Esports, doing exactly what they needed to do, waiting out that early and mid game, scaling up with the Sivir, able to make the plays, make the game be theirs.
Yeah,
a lot of fun to watch.
I love Mono's play on Karma. That was actually really good. He did so much for the team.
Thank you, Torchy, for being here. For those of you unaware, Torchy, or Torchy, I'm calling him Torchy, is the owner of Rated R Esports. It's nice to see him here in the chat. Thank you so much for your support. Torchy, we love you. And we love you, all our viewers. Don't forget that next week we will be back with the next round of the Phoenix Rising League with Rated R Esports. Take a look at that Rated R LOL Twitter, and I will make sure that there are a few more tweets on that. I realized I blew it today because the first game was all super weird, and we don't want to talk about it. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Proden, for casting with me.
Back, Ben.
I know. And so, everybody, we will catch you next week on the Rift.